It all started in 2022. After making life-sized Wally, I needed to figure out what I was going to do for the next trunk or treat. I decided to go with Star Wars. I love Star Wars. You see, it all started when I was a kid. I used to rent either Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi on VHS all the time. Which should I do though? I decided to go with Empire, and specifically the Battle of Hoth, mostly because I really like the AT-ATs. I needed to make one of them, some speeders, and one of those little turret things. For the construction of the pieces, it all started in 2023. I began with some drawings printed out large on blueprint paper. The drawings were from the Essential Guide to Vehicles and Vessels. If you had that book in the 4th grade, you were so cool. That turret thing is called a DF9, and a cottage cheese container would work really well for the main body. The top of a Dollar Tree gift box seemed like the right size for the turret itself. An orange juice cap is pretty much perfect for the top part. The cottage cheese container was a little thin, so I bulked it up with EVA foam. With that done, I added a plastic dish from the Dollar Tree for the bottom, and I made the turret itself from 2 different sized gift box lids from Dollar Tree, sandwiching them with an EVA foam spacer, topped off with a plastic plate, also from the Dollar Tree. After making appropriate cuts to the plate, that went on, followed by the orange juice cap with an RPG miniature base glued on top. For its gun, I got a pack of pens from the Dollar Tree and rearranged it a bit. I'll definitely come back to these pens later. I added some spackle to fill some voids, added some craft foam for details, and set the DF9 aside. Beginning on the AT-AT, I decided I would make the legs out of plywood, with the knee joints being made from my favorite mince container. Portions of it had to be cut so it could fit around the leg. The hip joints would be from a Dollar Tree gift box that I cut slices from. Altogether, I add some craft foam for the details. The base of the feet would be a cottage cheese container. On this, I would put a circular gift box from the Dollar Tree, which had to be cut down. I used my bandsaw, even though it was bigger than my max cut height. I took a disposable bowl, also from the Dollar Tree, cut a hole in it, and added it on. The neck would be made from part of an air hose. The cheek portions I thought I would get from cutting a plastic ornament in half. For the body, I made a frame out of foam core board and then covered that with cereal boxes and spackle. It all started again in September 2024 when I found out we were going to do trunk or treat again. I went after the AT-AT by gluing and screwing the legs onto the frame that supports the body. I was then able to free the PVC pipes used for alignment and install paper-covered cylindrical gift boxes from the Dollar Tree to act as the drive motors. For the AT-AT's cheeks, I cut the ornament using an extremely complicated jig made out of a block of MDF with a hole in it. This was done on my restored bandsaw. For the cheek guns, I made them from Dollar Tree pens, old containers for floss threaders, some other pen caps, cereal box, and some craft foam. These got glued to the cheeks, which were reinforced with some styrene strips. For the head itself, I made a frame made from plywood. I traced out patterns I had somehow made a year ago on some other cereal boxes, hoping they would work for the frame. I cut holes for the cheeks and hot glued them in place. Then I glued these pieces to the frame. I made the chin out of foam core board and some plastic containers from the Dollar Tree. The guns were permanent markers, also from the Dollar Tree. Because it's an election year, I made sure to have the blue one on the left and the red one on the right. And that's as political as I plan on getting on this channel. Everything then got a healthy coating of gray paint. Next was to use some markers to bring out some of the details, although I couldn't find my blue and red ones. I put it together and it was done.
Look at the size of that thing.
For the snow speeders, I made a frame out of foam core and proceeded to cover that with cereal box. I added more foam core and then more cereal box until it was all covered. The canopy for the pilots was made from folded cereal box with foam core supports that was then hot glued to the rest of it. The engines and guns were made from a container of glitter, some foam core and cereal box, a plastic container, a fake syringe, more foam core and cereal box, and a pen with a thread spool at the end of it. All bought from the Dollar Tree, except for the cereal boxes. I glued the pieces to the speeder and added craft foam for a better transition. The back heatsink looking thing was made from craft foam and foam core board. The rear gun was made from a block of plywood with a plastic rod. These then got attached with glue. They all got painted along with the DF9 I made last year. Some details were put on with paintbrush and a newly bought red permanent marker. 2 were done, but I wanted to have one that was damaged. I glued some cotton balls together on a wood skewer and sprayed them with an airbrush. I stuck that onto the speeder with some metal scrubber pieces to look like debris. With the DF9 all done, it was a bit lonely, so I needed to make more of Echo Base. For the planetary ion cannon, I started with a candy jar from the Dollar Tree. For the gun itself, I made it from a plastic goblet, a fake syringe, and some wooden skewers, also from the Dollar Tree. I added some foam core supports to the candy jar to make it a bit more round, and then wrapped it with craft foam. This was then painted to bring it all together. I also made an entrance to Echo Base by building a white foam core structure on black foam core base. Quick, easy, and done. I think it turned out well, even though the angle of the speeders is wrong and the AT-AT is a bit wide. The point is, it was fun to make and the kids loved it. I hope you enjoyed watching how I put this all together.